Hi folks, today I want to do a tabletop review on my SIG Sauer P210 American. This particular pistol is the standard model. They also offer a target version and are supposed to be coming out with a carry version that's a little bit shorter. But this one's the standard. I've had it for, I guess, about 3 months now. Have about 13 to 1500 rounds through it, somewhere about there. And I don't want this video to be too long, but I've got a lot of bragging to do on this handgun. It has really quickly become my favorite shooter. It isn't so much in the rotation, is that if I go to the shooting range, this handgun goes with me. It is my favorite pistol to just knock down steel with, punch the bullseye out. I mean, you're a little bit limited with the 8 rounds of 9mm. As far as, I mean, even in like gaming aspects, like IDPA, you're a little bit disadvantaged, not having the full 10, but just as something to take to the range and enjoy, this is a fantastic handgun. If you want something that you can have some pride in and just go enjoy a nice afternoon, plinking away, knocking down the steel, this is the handgun to have. It's big, it's heavy, it's only 9mm. It has the design where the frame wraps a slide, kind of like a CZ75 or something like that, to where it just has such a flat recoil profile. You've got a generous beaver tail on it. The safety kind of works as a thumb rest for your right-handed shooter thumb. Slide stop, pretty easy to access. They've taken the magazine release and put it up here in the configuration that Americans are used to, the more American style of release. The trigger is fantastic. Has a little bit of take up, maybe more than you might prefer, but the brake is wonderful, very crisp. I mean, just a fantastic trigger on it, one of the best. For a more modern, well, as has been common for the past probably 20 years, for the thumbs forward grip, it's like it was just made for this. I mean, everything just lays in perfectly. The hammer doesn't bite you. The beaver tail comes back far enough to where there's no risk of any hammer bite. It's got some very nice serrations on the front of the strap there. Some serrations on the front of the trigger guard, I don't really use those, but they're there if you do. For being a single stack 8-round mag, it actually has a fairly wide grip. It's enough material there where you can get a good hold of it. Stainless steel, blackened out. One nice thing that they did that I think probably gets overlooked by a lot of folks is that your grip screw and the screw in the underside of the beaver tail here that holds the trigger box in, they use a Torx for that, which to me is a really excellent choice. They don't round out, they don't get marred up. You know, if you have the Torx bit that fits, it fits perfectly, and that's all there is to it. It's not, oh, you've got the wrong screwdriver or anything like that. So it kind of keeps people from messing with it if they aren't going to use the right tool. And the right tool fits well and isn't prone to slipping out or marring anything. So excellent choice there on SIG's part. Comes with 2 magazines, comes in a plastic case with foam in it. I don't really like the case, unfortunately. It's a little oversized for this handgun, and not so much in overall dimensions, although it is a fairly big case. But it doesn't hold the handgun very securely. It kind of has a tendency to slide around in it. So I really think this is more of the type of pistol that you would keep in a range bag anyway, though. You know, keep the mags, keep the pistol in a range bag with some hearing protection, your eyes, you know, range pass or whatever, your membership cards, some ammo, you know, just kind of a grab bag to go to the range, because this is just really an excellent pistol to shoot at the range, knocking the steel down, punching out the bullseye, just casual plinking. It's a really just enjoyable experience. I mean, you have such mild recoil from just being 9mm in a full-size gun that it's, I don't want to say it's like shooting a .22 because it isn't, but it's just very, very pleasant. They did a great job on really all aspects of making a very shootable handgun. The weight is right, the balance is right, the beaver tail's right, the safety's right, the serrations are good, the grips are attractive and wide enough that you can get good purchase on it. I believe these are made by Hogue. But it just sits low in the hand. It cycles very, very linearly, very straight back. There's just not a lot to say that is negative. There's a lot of things to say that are positive. But I will give you the one negative that I didn't like with the standard, which is the sights. So I switched out to these 10/8 sights. The ones they put on it were not bad. They're steel, they're fine, but they're a 3-dot, just painted white dot configuration. Pretty standard, but for a pistol this nice and such a really nice range pistol, to me it's a misfit. So I went with these 10/8 sights. We got the blacked out serrated U-notch rear, and then a fiber optic serrated front. So I don't know if I can get that up here for the camera, but yeah, you can kind of see it there. Hopefully that's in focus enough. But yeah, I like that little upgrade to it. I might get a holster for it at some point. I'm not really sure. Right now it's not a priority for me. I mainly see it as just a plinker. It's a great plinker. Your magazine capacity is not quite there. It's kind of a big gun, but for just enjoying it at the shooting range, it is fantastic. I mean, the trigger is good. The lockup on it, I mean, there's no play. I think they're using some sort of, I read an article that mentioned it, but it was like a chemical etching to get the frame and slide fit right. I didn't really understand. I'm not familiar with that manufacturing technology, but whatever they did, I mean, it is just very smooth, very well fitted. Whenever it was new, actually, if I pulled the slide back and kind of rode it forward, it would hang out of battery just out of lockup. You can kind of see where it's trying to do it. Once it's broken in, though, after 1,300 rounds, 1,500 rounds, however many this has through it, it's smoothed up quite a bit on that to where it just pops in perfectly. But very, very snug fit. Very snug fit and lockup. And it's just been a great pistol. It's beautiful to look at. It's fantastic to shoot. It's fantastic to handle. I mean, just everything about it, except for those sights and the case. But as far as all aspects of the gun go, very well thought out, very well designed. I think they've done justice to what the P210 deserves with the American version. It's a not totally true P210. It's not exactly the same. It's not parts interchangeable really, but to carry on the legacy of the 210, they've done a fantastic job at it. That's about all I have for you. Hope you enjoyed the video, and like and subscribe. And if you've got a P210, leave a comment and share your thoughts on it. See what other people think of what I think is probably the best range gun that is currently on the market. So have a good one, folks. Thanks for watching.